It don't matter to me. Whatever y'all want to do. Y'all want me to go ahead? Is there anything in particular type that y'all'd like to hear about, or like from the beginning? Or I mean, there's just so
I'll start the meeting and we'll do a short introduction, let everybody introduce themselves and say where they're from. And then I'll introduce you, and I have a small bio I can read. And then you can start. That's okay?
that sounds great.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and call to order this month's Wyoming County Reentry Council meeting. Okay, I'm Tabitha. I'm a peer recovery support specialist. As of this week, I guess I'm certified now, so I get to say that. Yay. Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm so proud of you.
Yes, but I'm a PRSS hired through Southern Highlands, but I'm placed at One Voice. So Trisha, do you want to go next? We'll go down the, I don't know what order they're in on your all screens.
Well, congratulations on that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So I'm Krisha Spears. I'm from the Reach Initiative. I host all of the reentry councils, all 21 of them across the state, and all the other things behind the scenes for the Reach. We just did the Restorative Justice Conference this past weekend in Buchanan, and we had about 120 people attend. So it was a great event. And Tabitha, you'll have to come next year so you can get your PRSS hours in, so you can get your CEUs for that at the conference next year. So, but that's all I've got. So, Melanie.
I guess I'm the Wyoming County Reentry kind of like council bomb today. I'm bobbing in. I'm the One Voice program director in Raleigh County. Usually I attend the Raleigh County Reentry Council meetings there when I get to, but the invitation was extended to part of our team members, and I hopped on today. I'm working from home. As you can see, my backdrop is my washer and dryer, so / office space too. So I'm very proud of Tabitha. Congrats to her for getting her PRSS. We also have an office location in Beckley. Our mission and vision is the same, but the two offices functions quite differently than what our regional office does in Wyoming County. So open invitation to anyone that's in the Beckley area that needs a place to stop and refresh and just want to check us out. We have a lot of foot traffic there in Beckley, so we see a lot of active addiction, a lot of homelessness, a lot of individuals who are not ready to make that step yet into recovery or detox or treatment. We offer those resources for them, as well as housing resources and employment resources. So yeah, it's very rewarding, at the same time challenging, as we all know, but a lot of hoops to jump through, a lot of red tape, unfortunately, sometimes to jump through too. But we're happy to be there, and I appreciate the invite to participate and see what other counties are doing too. Thanks. Oh, do I pick someone or just Tabitha?
Sure. David, do you want to go?
Tabitha,
who do you want to go next, Tabitha?
You can go.
Okay. My name is David Lord, and I'm the Director of Safety at Southern West Virginia Community and Technical College, and I'm over the Salisville campus in Wyoming County, and I've done some trainings and stuff at One Voice.
Keith.
Hey guys, congratulations Tabitha on that achievement that you've earned. And my name is Keith Bowling. I work with Aetna Better Health of West Virginia. And Krisha, I've actually been talking to some of my colleagues, and so we are working on putting together a presentation for you guys on some reunification stuff. And Tabitha, that would go for you as well. So as soon as we get that put together, I will reach out to you guys so you can get us scheduled at some point to share that information with you all, with all the Reach reentry councils in West Virginia.
Perfect. Thanks, Keith.
Marty?
I'm a little nervous. My foot shaking.
Marty? Well, our guest speaker this month is Sabrina Lusk. She's a person in long-term recovery. Sabrina spent 2 years in prison. She learned more about herself and her relationship with God while incarcerated than she ever did in active addiction and experiencing homelessness. Sabrina has worked hard to overcome so many barriers to treatment and reentry since being released from prison. One Voice has supported Sabrina through active addiction during incarceration and with reentry. Sabrina was employed at One Voice a few months ago. She has her children back in her life and has the pleasure of taking care of her elderly father now. Most of all, she's now a child of God, and I'll let her go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Sabrina. I'm in recovery. I am sitting here on the porch with my wonderful dad now. This is what we do. Sit around and eat and sit on the porch and talk. No, I'm 45 and I have 3 children, but only 2 of them are in my life. I've been struggling a lot lately with having dreams and whatnot about my son and that whole situation that happened. I guess I'll talk a little bit about that because I guess I could have lied to myself and said that I didn't have anything to do with it because I didn't have criminal charges at the time, but that would be a lie because I was his parent. And it was 50%, it was 100% my responsibility to make sure that he was safe and a good, safe environment. And he wasn't. And he showed up at the neighbors and he was dirty and he was hungry. And they called CPS. And for the first time, the CPS decided to do their job in the 3 years that, we tried to stay on him to have that done. When the cops showed up, they called, they never called me. They didn't pick up the phone and say, "Hey, your son is here," and give me the chance to come and get him from his dad. They called his aunt and uncle and they come and got him, and it just goes on from there. Needless to say, there was a open CPS case, and instead of me getting it together, using that as an incentive to get it together, I used it as an excuse to fall apart, I guess. And it didn't help matters. I couldn't pass the drug screen at first. I just wasn't fit. I've been struggling a lot with that because I've been praying a lot about it. And when I was in jail, I found a lot of acceptance with the fact that Gunnar got adopted out to his aunt and uncle. Cody and Tosh it's his dad's little brother. He works in the mines, and Tosh couldn't have kids, so he's in a very safe place. He's happy and thriving, and he's really a blessing to them. So most days I'm okay, but some days it's really, really hard to sit with that. I'm going to say that that's the hardest thing as far as being in active addiction. That's the hardest thing that I've had to deal with is losing my son. I do have a relationship with my girls. We just got back from Tennessee. We went on our very first vacation together. We took my dad down to Tennessee for Father's Day. It was amazing, and got him in the hot tub. He wore his first pair of shorts when he got down in there. It was great. But no, it's great. God keeps pouring down the blessings, man. There's just the relationships that I have with my dad and my girls and my friends and my church member, and most definitely my Savior, Jesus Christ. And I don't think I would have changed anything if I knew then what I know now. I wouldn't be the same person. I wouldn't feel the way that I feel. I wouldn't know the things that I did. Anyway, I I really I really don't I don't have the desire to talk about anything from years past though. That's been so long ago, and I've grown so much, and I just I don't know. I can't, it keeps getting better. I'll have some clean time, and then I'll have a relapse, and then in that relapse, I will learn something totally and completely new and different from anything that I've known or learned before, and be able to come out of it and use that as a new tool. Um, my thing was I didn't have any coping skills whatsoever. Um, n- I I just wanted to escape. I didn't know how to deal with my feelings, my emotions. I just bottled them up inside and didn't talk about them and just run from them. And it kept me in a bad shape. Um, one voice is Miss Debbie, and the girls there at One Voice has just been like my angels, my friends in times of need, and somebody that I can depend on, count on, and trust that they have my best interest at heart. Um, they have offered me, any kind of help. Like with my driver's license, I'm taking classes now because Tabitha got everything together for me. When I was working there, the guy's number and what I needed, and she got me all the information, and I was able to use that. And like this Tuesday, I'm starting my third class in my DUI class. So, with my dad having doctor's appointments coming up and stuff, he's a little sick. That'll help a whole lot. He really don't need to be driving, and that's a little argument that we have every day. Because I'm like, I better. Kaylee said, "Well, Mom, if he must go, you need to go." And I said, "Well, he's the one that would pay the fine because I'm not legal yet." So anyway, no, I didn't think that. I don't know. I guess I thought things would be different when I got clean. I thought when I got clean, I could get a job, I could get my license back, I could get a ride, and I could go out of town and go to meetings and do the recovery thing and work in recovery. And I probably will, because that's where my heart's at. Is That's where my life is at. My whole life is recovery and relapse, recovery and relapse. I don't know anything else. I don't know any other way to live. I'm either major relapse or I'm in recovery. So anyway, right now I'm just sitting around watching the grass grow with my dad, and counting my blessings and taking this time um to heal, taking this time to heal, and to just look out and enjoy all the things that God has blessed me with. I was real selfish for a long time. I thought because I didn't have this or didn't have the best of or that I was stuck in this addiction that I just couldn't seem to get out of, that, God just didn't like me. That he hadn't done anything for me, was my attitude. Um, but just to sit here today and be able to say, thank you, God, for just sitting here watching the grass grow with my dad, not doing anything. But it means the world to me. That's time, time you can't get back. My mom passed away when I was in jail. You know what I give to have just one day to sit on the porch with my mom. So I'm just taking advantage of the time that God's blessed me with my dad, and taking care of him. And besides, they don't say that you have to work in recovery to keep it. They say when you get it, when you're 12 stepping, as long as you're being of service to someone else, as long as you're giving away and you're being of service, that you keep in your recovery. And I'm definitely at service at breakfast time, lunch and dinner, medication time, bedtime. He's hollering at me, but it feels good because he knows, and my daughters know that I'm here. They're not calling all the time, like checking up to see if I've run off down the road, or they're not calling to check and see has Dad had his medicine or has he even ate today, that I hadn't just run off and disappeared. That's nice. And I'm sure that my kids love that, to know that, hey, I know Mom's there and Papa's okay. You know how much that has to ease their mind, and how proud that they are of me, even though it seems like the smallest thing, to my little family that I got. It works. And I couldn't ask for much more than that. I'm staying away from people, places, and things that about got me killed. It was my choices. The bees are out here like crazy. It was my choice. Every time it's always been my choice. It's a lot easier for my parents and other people to blame others when, they don't want to put the blame on themselves. But at the end of the day, with all of the knowledge and everything and experience that I have in recovery, I know my number one triggers is people, places, and things. And as long as I'm mindful of what those things are, and not doing them and doing actually the exact opposite, then I stay mentally pretty in a good place. I have a sound mind, peace in my heart, and I have a life worth living today. This is really all that I ever wanted out of life, was my family, to be accepted and loved and trusted, to be able to earn that trust, and for my family to be proud of me, and to just have a relationship with them and love them and laugh, and just, I never really asked for a whole lot. So it don't seem like a whole lot, but it is. It's a whole lot to me. I don't know. Tabitha, is there anything that you can think of that you'd like to hear about, or any direction you want me to go with this, or anything? I've been going through a lot. It's been a lot since I've been home. Yeah.
Just thank you for sharing. That's why I told you, anything you feel led to talk about, just go ahead. And I mean, everything you're saying is real. That's what's great about it. It's real.
Yes, I really would like to, what I'd really like to do is to start really working on my whole testimony. Me and you got together and talked a little bit about some ideas that we had, and I would still very much like to work on doing that when we have some extra time, because it seems like I still haven't got it out there. I'll talk a little bit with this person or a little bit with that person, but to sit down and just get it all out there. I've never got to completely share it. I've never even got to completely hear my own whole story. I've never heard my own story.
Yeah, if
And
anybody has any connections or anybody that does podcasts or anything, she's been wanting to get into something like that, some type of videography.
yeah, I would like to break. I mean, because it's a whole life testimony. So it's not going to be overnight, or it isn't going to be like 20 minutes. It may even be in like sessions. But I'd like to start. I'd like to start off to, and this is for this is just to for knowledge and for understanding for people in addiction that all of this really starts when we're children. So I'd like to tell my story about my childhood and then go into high school, then my young adult life, and then my, on up and tell it all, how it all happened and how God, worked it all out for, for today. So I could be sitting here watching the grass grow with my dad and, and sending a shout out to Miss Debbie Davis, who I love so much and has been just amazing to me. She's amazing. She really is. And she means it. I know that her prayers has carried me a long way. And I know that if there's anything that I need, no matter how, what distance or how far, that if she could, and it was for my best interest, she would. I'll never forget the moment that me and you had. And that one day. When you yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Tabitha, or not Tabitha, Sabrina. So
It's okay.
thank you
I'll
for
answer to anything. Dad seems to run through. Dad will run through my big sister and then my kids, and then he'll get then he'll last but not least, he'll say, I mean Sabrina. When he's over.
Well, I'd like to invite you to become one of our Reach Back Reentry navigators if you're interested in doing that. Tabitha, are you a trained navigator with us?
Not yet.
Not
The
yet,
end
okay.
of April, Erin Blankenship got a hold of Heather, and she was gonna train me to do it, but something happened we never got to yet, but we're supposed to be working on it.
Yes. So we're working on there. Amber and Heather are working on trying to find the next date to do a virtual training for it. So if you and Sabrina want to do it together. So Sabrina, it's a you have to have lived experience to be a navigator, but it's a volunteer position, but you go through a curriculum and a training, and you're there to help someone walk the next path, how to navigate the barriers and overcome obstacles and things. So
I would love to. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I'll get with Tabitha, the next time we have a training and get the two of you signed up for it.
Absolutely.
And we're so proud of you, Sabrina.
Thank you. Thanks. Ain't no I in team. We can't. We cannot recover alone. We can't recover alone. And that's why it's so important to get involved, get involved with people like One Voice, all the things that you guys do, with the support and stuff, because there just maybe, I may just be having a hard day to where I need to pick up the phone and say, hey, I feel like using. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that if it was possible that somebody would be here.
Yes.
Somebody would be here. And we all need that. Everybody needs that. That, at least one person. And coping skills, to be able to put some coping skills in their backpack. That like what Diego backpack, have a handy dandy notebook, take notes and put coping skills behind you, man, because you never know when you need to pull those out. For
Yeah.
real, because
Toolbox.
our addiction is cunning, baffling, and powerful. And our minds will trick us in no time and have us going down the road to get high, with Dad in the passenger seat. You know what I'm saying? I mean, absolutely, I've done crazy stuff before. Look over and be like, just never give it a second thought. That's how powerful it is. So I'm so careful to stay prayed up, to turn everything over to God and allow Him to handle it, and just relax in the moment, knowing that everything is exactly how God planned it to be. And that's not easy to do when you have a wall of shit, built up around you that you have caused yourself, to try to work through and figure that out with all the people you've heard around you, looking at you, pointing their fingers or saying, you ain't even worth our time fooling with them. I feel like I definitely have something to bring to the table when it comes to recovery.
The opposite of addiction is connection. We have to have that social life, the healthy kind, to recover. Isolation, if we don't have somebody to reach out to or have that recovery community and somewhere that we feel like we belong, then, like you said, your mind you start spiraling, plays tricks on you.
Yeah, you start thinking things that aren't true, or it's just my mental health is my number one trigger. It's very important for me to take care of my mental health. As long as I'm taking care of my mental health, I'm stable enough to be responsible for my thoughts and my actions. And when I'm not taking my medication and taking care of my mental health, life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. That's how I feel every day when I wake up, when my mind's not right, people. I mean, I was worst case of mental instability. And that's another thing, just that I'm able to sit here and just laugh about that and share that with you, that it didn't, that I'm not sitting here going, blah, 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 for real. Seriously. And that's God He restored me to sanity. I praise Him for that. That I have enough sense that God give a goose nowadays. I didn't always. And so, these people, walking around talking to things that aren't there and stuff. I mean, I know what they're going through. I've been there. So, I mean, there's not a person I don't feel like I can't reach, especially if God's sending me.
Yeah.
So, I hope I helped my little message.
Yes.
But it was not, it's nice to talk about.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for calling and asking. I appreciate that. I love you.
Love you. It was an honor to hear your testimony.
Marty says that he's originally from Coal Mountain, and it was great to hear your recovery story.
Thank you. You'll be hearing more, hopefully. All right. Tabitha, do I just hang up now, or what do I do?
Does anybody else have any
Oh,
questions, anything else? Does anyone want to discuss any old business or new business? Does anybody have any events coming up or anything? We have a community outreach coming up. It's the John Cook Founders Festival, I think it is. And Keith, I was actually going to reach out to Aetna. It's for children with disabilities, and we were trying to get some resource tables that offer some things for children. maybe Aetna would, have
Where'd you-
some resources for families with children.
Yeah, absolutely. Tabitha, I put my email in the chat. If you want to email me with the details and the date and time and what you're thinking, I'll definitely look into it and see what we can do to, if I can't be there, maybe one of my teammates can be there, but we can always help support with stuff, swag stuff, whatever resources that we have that would fit that event. Just reach out to me and let me know and I'll do what I can.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you. And it is, it's July 13th. If anyone else is interested, which I have flyers. We have a community outreach July 13th, and then there's one, it's a Cast Your Cares. It's kind of like providing food, and it's at a fishing pond too for children on the 20th, the next week. But I have flyers for both that I can send anyone who would like to, but I'll send them to you, Keith, and details about it. Thank you.
Sounds good. Yes, ma'am.
That's all the old and new business we have, I believe. But if everybody's okay, then I guess we can go ahead and end it, and the next meeting will be July 18th at 3 p.m. And thank you all.
Tabitha, if you don't care, send me an email so I won't forget, because regardless if I'm speaking or not, I want to hear who's on here and what they have to say. So I'd like to join.
Okay, I will. I'll send them to you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you guys so much.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right,
I
thank
love
you. All
Bye,
right, Tabitha,
guys.
if
Have
you
a good
need
week.
anything, just let me
Bye,
know.
Okay.
All right,
You too.
thank
Bye.
you. Good job.
Bye.